What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz. Are you addicted to buying cards? Are you addicted to buying any collectibles? Am I addicted? Let's get into it. I am definitely not a therapist by any means, but I'm going to do everything I can to help you try and understand where I stand, where some of you might stand, to see if I can help you out. I want everybody to be knowledgeable of what they're doing in this market by the end of this video. But before we jump into that video, if you wouldn't mind destroying that like button, smashing that sub button, I'd greatly appreciate it. On to the video. I have been buying a ton of Pokemon cards in the last month or two. Pokemon video games, constantly just spending money, and I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a super bad thing. I have expendable money, but people say you should not have more than 25% of your total net worth inside of collectibles. And I have well more than that right now, I would say. So that's that. Not every time I buy cards, I'm definitely not putting any debt on myself. So that's good news. But you don't want to build debt buying cards. It's not good to buy anything with credit if you don't have to. If you're in a good enough position, you're buying stuff with a credit card, paying off the credit card at the end of the month, building free points. Addiction's real. I've never been a person that has had much of an addictive personality, I would say. I don't think I have. I've never been a cigarette smoker or drinker, anything. Pokemon came into my life about a year ago, and it replaced video games for me, basically. That, I guess, not an addiction. I have a full-time job, family. I was doing all that, but I don't think that was an addiction. Gambling, stuff where you're spending money, gives you a dopamine hit. And when you're like my boy from Pokenomics recently released a video, and it really hit close to home. His video is titled "My Card Addiction," and watched that video twice all the way through. Just really, the first time my kids were screaming their heads off, so I had to rewatch it again. But I did catch most of it the first time, but definitely wanted to sit down and crank that out a little bit more and see how close to home it was going to hit for me, and just see what he's going through, because he's doing his YouTube thing, his collector thing. He's got a much larger collection than I do. He has a different job. I believe I know what his job title is. I think he said it a few times, but I'm not going to say it. It doesn't really matter. But we both have full-time jobs. Pokemon is my late evening after the kids go to sleep. Side hustle is what it originally was. Originally didn't plan on buying and collecting much. It was more of just the flipper mentality. And quickly, things can develop and evolve into more. Originally was building binder sets. I was building tons and tons of binder sets. Basically the entire Wizards of the Coast era. I did that last year. That was the first thing I did. I built all these binder sets while I was flipping cards constantly. Just raw cards, not flipping any modern product at all. Just selling ungraded raw cards. And I was grinding hard just to basically put that money I gained back into buying cards. So I did that. I did dang well at it, to where I kind of am right now, where I am at now. Now, this year, it's grown past the raw flipping cards. It's still not really any modern at all for me. So people obviously can fall down that rabbit hole as well. It's kind of parallel to the graded slabs market. People can invest tons and tons of money hoping that these boxes are going to increase. Similar so for PSA 10 first edition, or any type of card they want to collect. In your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I want to collect that. But I'd say about 85-90% of the people that are in Pokemon at some point have their price. A lot of big time YouTubers have their price. Not going to mention any names, it doesn't matter, but I know if somebody comes to them and says, hey, I'm going to buy your collection, it's life changing money, you're going to do it. So, getting a little sidetracked there, but the main topic was just the addiction and what I'm going through. I want to try and hit on some of the stuff you could do to maybe realize what you're doing. So myself, like I said, I've been spending quite a bit of money on graded Pokemon cards and ungraded and graded video games. I've spent probably $10,000 in the last 4 months. I'm just throwing a dart at the wall, but it sounds about right. About $10,000. And basically, what I was doing, and I had planned. So originally, I had planned. I got getting all these cards graded. I got a bunch of cards graded. What I'm finding myself now, as they come back graded, I'm selling them and then flipping that profit back into more cards. I had originally told myself that, Josh, you need to just sell and make the profit off the cards you're grading, and I'm doing that. But then I see something else I want to go get. So that's been tough for me, and it's helped in the last few last few weeks, this month basically. PWCC, the whole eBay debacle. PWCC didn't happen, so no auction happened, which is good. Um, Happy. I'm honestly happy. I want to keep building towards some of these collection goals I'm doing, but it's also stopping me from spending money. Because when I see stuff on PWCC, I think it's a cheap price. A lot of times it is, in my head, in what I see as the market. So I jump on it. It's not, again, not putting me in debt, but it's, man, that's cool. That's nostalgia. I want that. And I put it in a bin to never maybe look at that card again for how long. So I don't see myself as a long-term investor. You have guys like SM Pratt who, that's what they're doing. They're buying XYZ because they know in 15 years that son of a gun's going to be really expensive. I love my collection. I love everything I'm doing. I love all the cards I have, all the cards I've sold. Pokemon is amazing. It's been a heck of a ride. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still amazing. I just got this. Like, Exhibit A. On Instagram, a gentleman had made a post. Hey, I just got this Korean Blue Eyes for $200. So I'm like, that's really cheap. PSA 10. So I go Google. Man, there isn't no more. The cheapest one's like $500. So I'm like, oh, what else is Korean that's PSA 10? So Korean PSA 10 Blackluster Soldier. Did I need it? No. Did I buy it? Yes. This card is really nostalgic to me. I could spend $3 million in the matter of 24 hours on nostalgia alone. Easy. I could just, there's things in my head that I would buy, like, yep, buy that, buy that. PSA 10 first edition set, buy the whole thing. Buy some 9.8 A plus Left Pro Super Marios. Just buy everything. I would lose my mind if I was given money to drop on that. But the biggest thing to keep in mind is your family, and you don't want to jeopardize what you have. And I don't think I'm doing any of that. Like I said, I'm not putting any credit on any of this stuff, but I could be doing better by not buying this. Like I said, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to put it in the bin. It looks cool. It gets the dopamine rush. Literally, like, I feel it. When I hit the buy it now button or submit an offer, bought it for $185, actually. It was $200. submit an offer to this guy and just you get that rush. Like, hey man, I'm about to buy this card. It's a sick card. You get to post it on Instagram. Man, this is a sick card. And you get all these people liking it, commenting. Then what? You gonna post it again? You gonna flip it would be probably the best move if I can make a profit. That's not gonna happen with that card. I should. I'm not. It's a little bit of work probably to sell a Korean PSA 10 Black Luster Soldier. It looks sick. It's ultra rare, just like the original one. So just the dopamine rush is there. Just like people with addictive personalities, you're drinking, you're smoking, or whatever you're doing. It gives you that rush, and buying, selling, trading cards does that. So you just need to keep your ear to the ground and watch what you're doing. You should not be putting stuff on credit cards unless you know, yeah, this is getting paid off. I'm just doing this for the points or something. You just take a look in the mirror. You don't like gambling. You people, there's a gambling hotline, but there's no hotline for people losing their minds on Amazon, spending all their money on just random jank. You know what I mean? And that's what Pokemon is. This is just, I have a vast array of cardboard here, and you got all this stuff happening over the Middle East, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. You know what I mean? It's a crazy world we live in, and I'm sitting here dropping thousands of dollars on Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, video games. Yeah, it's made some money here and there. It's definitely made some money. But you got to know your limits. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping making YouTube videos at all. I love what I'm doing. I love following the markets, things going on. As you can see, I'm still buying. Just going to be a little bit more cautious, I think, going forward. What I'm buying. Just need to keep a clear head of what I'm doing. I highly recommend that to everybody. Just keep up with what you're doing, know what you're doing, keep track of what you're buying and selling, what you're selling it for. I do the worst at that. I've tried. I just bought too much to where I lost track. Essentially, like, because if it was all through eBay, it would be easy, but like Instagram and Facebook. So every time I buy something, you should enter it into a spreadsheet. And on that spreadsheet, you put the buy date, you put the price of the card, and next to that should be the sell date and the sell price to see how you're doing. You should always leave yourself, every card you have should have a sellable option most of the time. Obviously, like this, like a PSA 6 Base Unlimited Charizard was my childhood card. This is the card, along with the other gifts that I've received from my subscribers here, are the only ones I'd never get rid of, because they mean basically everything. So just gotta stay aware. Let me know what you think. If you're having any issues, need somebody to talk to, let me know. Like I said, I'm not a therapist or financial advisor by any means. Just a clear head to talk to. Maybe it'd be good me bouncing things off you that I'm going through. So let me know how you feel. It is what it is. I'll be around. Peace.